Hello, my first Twitch in English alone. Yesterday I did a little script to create two virtual machines with multipass from Canonical, one with a GitLab instance and the other with a K3S from Rancher, so a Kubernetes distribution. I will explain today how to set up the Kubernetes integration with the GitLab instance. So I already run my script to create the two virtual machines, and now I will explain how to do the setup. I will share my screen. Okay, the script is on a repository on GitLab, so you can use it. You just have to git clone it and just run the create-vms.sh to create the two virtual machines. It takes some minutes, probably 10 to 15. And then after you have to manually set up the Kubernetes integration. So I will put the URL of the project on YouTube with the video and on Twitch. Everything is explained in the README file, but without any screenshots. So I think the video could help. Okay, so I git clone the project on my laptop. You have two config files if you want to change the value for the virtual machine. And now, if all is all right, the website is running. The GitLab application is running on my laptop, so just up. Okay, so the first time you need to create a user. It's the admin user. The handle of the admin user is root. So I never root. Okay. The first time, go to the admin section and go to the settings and the network settings. Expand the outbound request and check the allow request to the local network from web hooks and services and save change. You can go to the CI/CD settings and expand the continuous integration and deployment panel and uncheck the default to DevOps pipeline for all projects and save changes again. So now you can link a Kubernetes cluster for the whole instance or for group or for project. I will do for the whole instance, but it's the same process for the other use case. So just click sur integrate with the cluster certificate, choose connecting existing cluster, give a little name to your cluster, environment scope, let it make it. The API URL is in the YAML file, the config YAML file of the Kubernetes cluster, and you can find it in the config directory, and this is this one, this file is generated by the setup when you generate the two virtual machines. So we put it here. We need the certificate. Again, the certificate is generated during the setup, so you copy all the content of the ca.txt file and you paste it. Here you need the service token, the setup, copy it in the token.txt file, copy it. Okay. You need a base domain. It's to have Kubernetes ingress URL. So each time you deploy a web application on your K3S cluster, you can give to the application an URL. I use the .nip.io service. So I will copy again the IP of the cluster. Up. And my base domain will be the IP of the cluster .nip.io. So you can have a domain name for a web application like hello.dip.nip.io. It's very useful for test. In some weeks or some days, I will write a tutorial about how to deploy a web application on this Kubernetes instance. You save the change. So the integration is set up. Now we need to install application on the Kubernetes cluster. So for this demonstration, we will install Prometheus and the Gitlab Runner on the Kubernetes cluster. Just let me run something. K3S is a very useful tool to connect to Kubernetes cluster. So we will see what happened in the Kubernetes cluster. So I'm very optimistic, so I will do the both install at the same time. And if we return on it, you can see that already 2 pods for installation are running. So we have to wait some minutes. And at the end, we will check if the installation is okay by writing a very small CI script. So everything seems going very well. The most important part is the Gitlab Runner, of course. So when the video will be published, I will put the link of the video in the repository, of course. It's okay for the Gitlab Runner, I think, and almost okay with Prometheus. Just wait 1 minute. Yeah, I think all is okay. Almost. It's okay for the runner and almost for Prometheus. Okay, all is all right. Now I will create, for example, a group. I name it sandbox. and I will create a sample project to check that all is okay. Public. Before writing the CI script, we can go again in the administration panel. Need to click it. And if I go in the runner section, now we can see that the GitLab instance can see the runner. We have the IP of the runner. If you haven't the IP address, it means probably that something was bad during the setup. Let's go again to the project. So I will use the web IDE. I will add a GitLab CI YAML file. My script will be very simple, so I will add only one stages ratings and only one job that belong to the stage name greetings. And I will just display a hello message. Echo hello world. An emoji again, and that's it. So I will commit quickly on the master branch. So if the integration is okay, we should see soon a little icon about the runner. Yes. So I click on the ID of the pipeline. You see that the pipeline is running. Connected to the Kubernetes executor. So now we are waiting. If I go again, yes, you see that the Kubernetes executor launch a runner to execute the pipeline. And yes, we have the message, hello world, so all is okay. And that's all for today. It was just about how to set up the integration, and soon I will write some little tutorials on GitLab CI to do some first steps, and after how to build Docker image, how to deploy application, etc. So have a great weekend and see you soon.